I never imagined the day would come when my own sister would look me in the eyes and tell me I didn't deserve what our parents left behind. But the moment she said it, calm, rehearsed, almost triumphant, I felt something inside me shift. Not anger, not yet. Just a quiet, cold understanding that the person I trusted most had been planning this for a long time. We were sitting in the kitchen of our childhood home, the one still scented faintly with our mother's lavender cleaner, when Lily placed a thick folder between us. "I've already talked to the lawyer," she said, brushing her hair behind her ear. "The estate should go entirely to me. You have your own life now." I stared at her, unsure if I had misheard. My own life? As if my years of caretaking, my sacrifices, my memories woven into every wall here suddenly meant nothing. Lily had always been the golden one, the daughter who moved away early, chased big dreams, and visited only when it was convenient. I never resented her for it. While she built a career, I stayed, caring for our mother through her long decline. I thought Lily appreciated that. I thought she understood. But the papers in her folder said something else. She pushed them forward, slightly, her voice soft, almost pitying. "It's just easier if the house goes to one person, and Mom always wanted me to have stability." A lie, or at least a twisted version of the truth. Our mother had wanted both her daughters to be okay. She died believing we'd take care of each other. I didn't touch the papers. I just watched Lily watch, the way her eyes kept drifting to the folder, not to me. She couldn't hold my gaze. That's how I knew this wasn't impulsive. She had already spoken to someone, already planned her speech, already imagined me agreeing. Maybe out of guilt, maybe out of exhaustion, but she forgot something. I keep records, every medical bill I paid, every month of caregiving I covered while she lived in another city, every message Mom sent, where she said explicitly that she wanted the estate shared equally. I had all of it quietly organized, dated, printed, stacked neatly, far more professionally than Lily's glossy folder. Still, that night, I didn't argue. I simply nodded and said, "If you believe that's what's fair, then let's talk to the lawyer together." Her surprise flickered for a second, and then she smiled as if she'd already won. But victory belongs to the one who prepares. 2 days later, we entered the lawyer's office. The air smelled of old books and polished wood, and I felt strangely calm, not vindictive, not triumphant, just ready. The lawyer, Mr. Halden, greeted us with that neutral politeness lawyers perfect over years of navigating family disputes. Lily immediately launched into her explanation. How she had always taken responsibility. How she needed the house more. How I was too busy with my own life to manage property. I listened silently, my hands folded in my lap. When she finished, she looked at me expectantly, waiting for me to agree, maybe hoping I would crumble under pressure. But I reached into my bag and placed my own folder on the table, thicker, heavier, and far more meticulous. "Before we continue," I said softly, "I think it's important you review all the information." Lily's face paled just slightly. She recognized the binder. It was the same one I updated every month while caring for Mom. The same one she teased me about, calling me obsessive and too serious. Mr. Halden opened it and began reading. Slowly, carefully. He examined the ledger of expenses I paid: utilities, medications, specialized equipment. He read Mom's handwritten note saying, "Divide everything fairly between my daughters, they are my heart." He reviewed the timestamps of every appointment I drove her to, every decision I made alone because Lily couldn't or wouldn't come home. He even noticed the digital message Lily sent months earlier saying, "Thanks for handling everything. Once Mom is better, we'll figure things out together." A small but unmistakable contradiction to the story she was telling now. When the lawyer looked up, his expression had changed. Not hostile, just clear. "Legally and ethically," he said, "the estate must be divided equally unless both parties consent otherwise, and given this documentation, it's evident the burden of care was not shared." Lily sank back in her chair, her lips tightening. For a moment I almost felt sorry for her, almost. But then I remembered the confident way she'd said I didn't deserve anything, and the pity vanished. "This isn't fair," she whispered. "You're making me look like the bad guy." I met her eyes, steady and calm. "You did that yourself." "Lily, I just brought the truth." She didn't speak again, not in that office, not during the drive home, not even when we stood on opposite sides of the yard where we once played as children. She looked at me as if she didn't know who I was anymore. Maybe she never did. Maybe she assumed quiet meant weak, or that caregiving meant I had no boundaries. But I learned something caring for our mother. Quiet people see everything, and when pushed, we don't shout, we reveal. In the end, the estate was divided exactly as her mother wanted. Lily kept her distance for a while, licking her wounded pride, rewriting the story in her head to make herself the victim that used to bother me. Now, it doesn't, because fairness isn't loud, justice isn't dramatic, sometimes it's just A folder of receipts lay gently on a polished wooden desk, and sometimes that's enough. If you want to hear more stories like this, stay close, there's always another truth waiting.